Hello, everyone. We're about ready to get started, so if you could silence your cell phones, please. And if we have enough time, we are going to ask Q&A at the end. And there's a virtual audience, so all questions need to be asked in the microphone. So welcome to the panel discussion of Above and Beyond Bathrooms. We have a fabulous panel today, so I'm super excited. And our guest moderator is Dennis Kraniak from Kraniak Consulting. He is very multi-talented. He helps with businesses discover their brand and then create a content strategy to generate leads or grow an audience. He writes custom playbooks for content strategy, digital marketing, advertising, and media relations. Dennis was responsible for overseeing the digital content operations and editorial strategy for 23 television stations, including Fox 2 in Detroit. He later served as the VP of products for the Fox TV station group. He's a former multimedia journalist, as well as television producer, creating original shows and morning news show franchises. So welcome, Dennis.
Thanks. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be here. Thanks for the warm introduction, Emily. So yeah, I worked in television a long time. That's really where I cut my teeth. And I'm sorry that, I'm not some famous person up here who's moderating. But what I do for a living now is I moderate workshops all the time in rooms like this or virtual rooms all the time. And it's always about, for me as a strategist, that's what I do now, is finding the value of why. And when I first started in television working for Fox 2 20 some odd years ago, they had across every monitor in our newsroom, as a viewer at home, why do I care about this story? And if you were working on a show or a new show or a special or anything, if you couldn't answer that question, then you shouldn't be putting that into your show. And so I use that today to help businesses find their brands and then organize around it and then deliver on the mission, why the work that they do or product they have helps to serve their client. Why does it matter to them? So today it's really fun to me to kind of help find out, like, why does going above and beyond with a great bathroom matter to you? And that's why you're all here, right? And so we have this great expert panel group that I'm about to introduce. They're going to help us get there. We're going to kind of build our way to establishing the main things that we need to go through. We're going to talk about what you need to know before you start a project. The B word, budget. You have to have some budget in mind, right? Dream bathrooms. If you have any bathroom you wish, what would it look like? The latest in technology. We have a continuous loop. And then eco-friendly features, more and more important all the time in the world that we live in. And then we're talking about next level details. That's the thing what's that must have that just puts it over the top. So without further ado, let me introduce our distinguished panelists. Armina, oh my gosh, I meant to ask you how you pronounce Kasprowicz?
Yes.
All right, Armina Kasprowicz at Armina Interiors is here. She is the founder and principal designer at Armina Kasprowicz Interiors. Sorry, you're a design visionary with an international upbringing that informs an approach to design that is unconstrained by eras, styles, or trends. You're recognized in the design industry for your talents. They've been celebrated in multiple national and local publications, as well as receiving multiple awards in design, kitchenwork, stone, and tile industry. So welcome, Armina. Joanne Ledbetter is here from Joanne Ledbetter Designs. She's a principal designer at her own company and a graduate of the Pasadena Art College of Design. She's been creating beautiful custom places since 2008 in California, Michigan, and Florida. Her love affair with upholstered furniture, draperies, pillows, and unique lighting is still going strong, and she never tires of discovering the perfect color or texture for walls, ceilings, and floors. So please say hello to Joanne. That is a good clap. Amy Fischer is here. And Amy, thank you for kind of coming in at the last minute. She is from MainStreet Design Build, and we're happy to have her here. Christine Ramekers was unable to come due to unforeseen circumstances, so thank you for jumping in. Amy joined MainStreet Interior Design in 2019. She has a keen eye for both design and function and thoroughly enjoys working with clients and her team, guiding selections and managing project details all the way through fine finishes and furnishings. A graduate of Miami University, Amy's had extensive career in interior design field, and prior to joining MainStreet, Amy owned and operated an interior design business and with a partner for 12 years. So Amy, welcome aboard. And Christopher Swint is also here from MainStreet Design and Build. He's a graduate of Bowling Green State University. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Interior Design. He is a LEED Green Associate, LEED. What does that stand for?
Leading energy efficient design. Yeah, design. Yeah, sorry.
All right, well, you have a degree and we should talk about that. He's also a member of the American Society of Interior Designers, and he joined the MainStreet team in 2017 as a design assistant and has quickly gained respect of his team for his intelligence, creativity, and commitment to his clients, leaving the adage assistant behind. And he served as Michigan's youngest president of ACID in 2018 and 2019, and continues to serve on the board and utilizing the latest technology and techniques. He is known for capturing the vision of his clients and is able to create a design that will not only look amazing, but function for your needs. So welcome aboard, Christopher. And thank you all for coming today. We want this to be fun and informative, and there's a point of Q&A. We're going to do these things called lightning round. But right now, let's get started with the very basic question. Ready, panelists, for question number one is how do I know when it's time to redo one of my bathrooms? So who wants to jump in? Who wants to be Armina? You're right closest to me. What do you think?
When you hate your bathroom, really? It's falling apart. So, no, if it stops to being really functional and you would like to take it to the level that you, for example, you would like to remove this huge built-in drop-in tub, or tile is really dated. So it is a decision on probably the both function and the beauty. Or another reason is just planning to sell the house soon in a couple of years, and you feel like this will add to the value of the home to just make some updates, and that's another reason I would say it's time.
Got it. What do you think, Joanne?
Well, I think if your mom, your dad, your kids, your neighbors tell you this bathroom is really ugly, it's time to redo your bathroom. If your bathroom was done, let's see, my oldest is 22, more than 22 years ago, it's time to redo your bathroom, right? So we'd like to think, a lot of my clients too, they're sometimes caught off guard. We think that something should last forever. Like my mother-in-law's Maytag washer and dryer from 1974, she still has, right? But most things are not made to last forever, right? So there is a function window where you're going to get the maximum return on that product. Just like any of us who are homeowners, we know that we have a deferred maintenance. And so one of the things that we have to consider about is the deferred maintenance, not only like your roof, your siding, but the interiors as well. And so to get the most quality of life and the function of your bathroom, which really comes first, if there's no sense in banging your head against a wall literally for 10 years with a function that doesn't work for you. Okay. And so I just really try to encourage my clients to take that big leap and go, because the return will be so great.
Got it. So Amy, taking that, so how now that seems super logical. So why get a designer involved as you're, having these conversations yeah, it's time to redo my bathroom, I think, based on some of this criteria?
Honestly, you get a designer involved if you're lost and you need direction, you need a fresh perspective. So it could be as big or small involvement as you need. So even if it's a consultation that just leads you onto a path that now you've got it and I can go from there, or we can hold your hand through the whole process. And with a bathroom, there's many complicated functions as far as the showers and the plumbing. So, you know, you don't want to get some of those details wrong. So it's a lot more complicated than maybe redoing a living room or something like that. This, as Joanne said, it has to function for you for many years, not 22 years. Apparently, no. So a designer is giving you that hand holding and that perspective that you may need in that guidance.
Yeah, all right, go ahead, Armina. And then Chris, I wanna
So
take your
I
thoughts.
would like to add to this. We had in the past some clients who reached out to us when they were lost in the middle of the project. And I've seen it too many times that you have a contractor already and everything is scheduled, and then in the middle of it, you don't have all the selections and okay, this is the tile, or maybe that's the faucet, and everything is slowing down because nothing is really ready. Sometimes you don't have ability to think and plan the design to the very end. To have the benefit of hiring a designer is that we can look at the space and look at the possibilities and limitations of the room. So for example, when we designed the bathrooms from the scratch, or a big remodel got out, or new construction, before I finalized the size of the shower, I picked the stone on the tile because I know exactly how I should cut the stone or pieces of a tile, how I designed the whole shower before I finalized the exact size. And with not having that knowledge or experience, you jump into things that in the middle, you just make too many mistakes. And it's just, and not to mention the process is just, it's a mess. It's slowing it down because you don't have that experience, knowing that you should have everything selected, designed, before you even hire a contractor. So that's the biggest mistake.
All right, sounds good. Chris, did you want to add something?
Well, the one thing I wanted to say too is going along with deciding when to get a designer involved and if your bathroom needs to be redone is thinking about the future, because none of us are getting younger. We're all getting sadly older. So when we're with a client and we're thinking about the design, we like to design the bathroom as aging in place. So we're thinking about the things down the line. As far as grab bars, we're thinking about bench seats. So I think it's really important if you're using your bathroom now and your daily use is quite challenging, or you're starting to feel that it's not working for you how you were when you were 30. It's time maybe to start to redo your bathroom. So that way, when you're older, you can really adapt and use it very easily.
Okay. All right, thank you, panelists. And so on that note, so look, now I've made a decision, and I want to go ahead and I want to get one of my bathrooms or redo my bathroom. So what do I need to consider? Like what's going to happen to my life now that I've decided to go ahead with this project? Didn't want to take that. Go ahead.
Well, I'll start. Say number one, especially if it's your master bathroom, it's going to be fairly disruptive. So one of the most important things is really like your mental state, your mindset with any sort of renovation in your home. You really have to embrace the chaos. Now, for some people, that's easy. And other people, it's like nails on a chalkboard, right? So it's really important to know where your threshold to like pain is and really communicate that very clearly to the contractor and your designer. My clients, I really try to get to know them so that I can interpret and understand where that is and help mitigate that as much as possible. For instance, in a bathroom or a kitchen remodel, I don't demo until I have a delivery date for the cabinets, because the cabinetry is often the longest lead time. It could be 4 to 8 months to get a custom cabinetry order in. And so we're not demoing like the minute that we start. We're waiting, we're getting everything lined up. And what you said so well, like ideally everything's on site before demo starts, right? So, or at a warehouse being held for you. So, that's one thing. I forgot where the question was going, but.
No,
you know,
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's gonna, Chris?
Well, I think, right from the start, you need to start with your research. So I think by researching your companies and seeing what their process is as far as dust protection, as far as entering the house, what's their protocol? 'Cause it's really important that you can work with someone who can, you can create a schedule, an agenda that adapts to your family. So in many cases, sometimes we're doing 2 bathrooms at once. Or say we're doing 2 bathrooms and we phase 1 bathroom. That way you can do that bathroom first and then do the second bathroom. That way we're not intruding on your whole house. So
Yeah.
I think it's really important to talk to your designer, and if you're using a contractor, on how they plan on making it so easy, all the way to the end.
What's the amount of time? What am I planning on for my life here? Is this a 3 to 6 month project? I'm sure it depends on what's being done, but how long are we talking here?
It depends on the size of the project,
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
And preparation and organization is the key. So you have to, as Joanne said, and Christopher said, you have to prepare yourself. And that means if we're doing a hall bathroom and your kids are now using your bathroom, or you're down to 1 bathroom, maybe the kids they have a tub full of toiletries and they take it to their bedroom. And then when it's their time to go to the bathroom and use it, then, you're taking your turns, and it's kind of an organizational thing that helps your family get through this stage, because there will be a part in the process that you'll be like, why did I do this? And then when it's done, you'll say, I can't believe I waited this long to do it, because you just have to have that right mindset and preparation to deal with it.
Okay.
Very true. Very true.
All right, awesome. All right, and kind of in the same category, as you're looking at the beginning of your project, like Frank Lloyd Wright's mantra is form follows function. Like, how does that work as I'm contemplating a design? Where does that tie in for what you're all doing? Is that do you think about those kind of things as designers?
Absolutely, especially in a bathroom. I mean, if it doesn't function, then it might be just a pretty closet, right? So the guts are the most important thing in the function. You have to have quality plumbing, quality, your HVAC, your plumbing, your electrical, the stuff that is not pretty, but is critical to the function of that space. True for kitchens too, because they're the working spaces that feed us, keep us clean, keep us healthy. And so, yeah, that is incredibly important to map out. Kind of like piggybacking on the previous question, one of the benefits of hiring a designer is to come in and see your space in a way you've never have. And because a lot of times people think it's just surface treatment. I'm just going to replace the cabinet, new countertop and a faucet and pretty light fixture and maybe some tile, but really the best thing for that space might be to completely flip it, or all of a sudden the master bath closet becomes the bedroom and you move it to, who knows? And so at least my goal is always to offer something that the client never would have thought of on their own. Then at least it validates my existence, right? So it's, something like that.
Which is important,
Yeah,
a whole nother
it's-
panelist discussion.
but yeah.
Yes. Yeah, please.
So,
please.
so again, right, that's very true. But also beauty and function, we all know that the whole trend, but it was just good. The bathrooms are no longer just a bathroom for utilitarian functions. It's a beauty and one of the rooms, living spaces. And they're full of personalities and beauty, but we also thinking about the function, we need to first start how the space will serve you. So are you the person who will just jump under the shower in and out, or are you somebody who would need a shower for 1 or maybe 2 people, or just a freestanding tub or not? So first of all, how this works with any space is actually it's bathroom or not bathroom, thinking about how you use the space, how it needs to be organized. We love the kitchens to be less cluttered now. The same with the bathrooms, smart storage. eco-friendly too with touchless faucet. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, but just organizing it the way so it works for you. Would you like to have a makeup area to sit in front of the mirror or not? To have a plugins in the drawer. So think through how the space will work for you, but also it needs that personality that speaks to you, something that will have that wow, that you will be able to relax and just feel like you unwind. You need to be pampered in that room. So both beauty and function.
Okay, love it. All right, so before we get into like our dream bathrooms and technology, one more thing about kind of setting the table, right? Maybe that should be a better analogy for a kitchen, sorry. Setting the bathroom counter, which is the budget, of course, right? The B word. So just like in like 2 to 3 minutes, just to get your thoughts. Like one big question is like, you know, got to spend some money. What are the things I need to consider? And you know, question for all of you, like, look, I'm bringing in a designer. Does it help me with my money? Like, does it help me with my budget by bringing in a designer? So panelists, please tell me. Tell us, I should say.
So, what I think is really important when starting to think about budget is think about your space now and what's not working for you, and kind of start making a list of all the items that you would want in your new bathroom. And from there, like if you're working with a designer, that designer can be honest with you, you know, all your wants, we all have dreams. We want the steam shower and such, and they can present you with a price that is way over what you thought that you wanted to spend. And as a designer, it's our job to really accomplish your dreams and go through what's most important with you. I think that's the bottom line, because the price range can really range on any project. It's really important just to really think about what you want in that space.
Is there, you know, an ROI kind of calculator, return of investment, where like this is going to be great for my home value? Like, is a bathroom, where does it rank in terms of if I'm making renovations to my home? Where does a bathroom fall into that category?
So I would say, as far as an investment, it's changing, and it changed recently that I noticed there is a reduction even on the space of the bedrooms towards the bathroom space. So the bathrooms are becoming much, much bigger. And those are more like a extension of the living spaces that some of the clients would even, I mean, fireplaces and TVs, because you spend more time in those spaces to relax. And that is a difference. That's a big difference and a big trend. But a question about the budget, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah,
So starting,
well, no, it's quality of life.
I have to
Sure.
ask
And I'm also
return,
wondering-
well, so I would say, we talk about numbers, like it was starting with a guest bathrooms budget, I would say starting with probably 55. And with a master bathroom, nice higher end bathrooms would start probably 100,000. That would be the budget, I would say, to start.
Okay, something as just to think about as I'm going
Yes.
into this, a high.
And a lot of that
Yeah.
depends on the square footage
Yeah.
of that
Mhm.
space. So, you know, depending on, let's say it's here in Metro Detroit, let's say you had a, 1968 Colonial and Royal Oak. That master bath is going to be relatively small.
Mhm.
And so there's a cost per square foot calculator depending on the builder and materials.
Okay.
But it is squishy, because you can get a tile that's, $8 a square foot or $300 a square foot. So what I always encourage my clients to say is, okay, let's talk about what you really want, like that wish list you talk about, like my dream bathroom. And then we talk about where is your pain threshold, like where, like your brother's twisting around where you cry uncle. So kind of like with technology, more your expertise, but you don't buy a cheap laptop, you buy like the most expensive one that you can afford, because in a few years it'll be like, you have to replace it. So I always recommend where are you going to cry uncle in the budget? Because if you say I want to redo my master bath, labor, materials, design, everything, let's say for $20,000, but you have a pretty decent size, maybe you have 100 square foot bathroom, 120 square foot bathroom. I'm gonna look at you and say, well, that would be lovely. If we're like, you do it yourself and we buy everything at Home Depot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's challenging. So it really is form, function, but budget kind of drives it. No matter if it's a $100,000 bathroom or a $20,000 bathroom, budget does make those kind of decisions.
Okay.
And so the designer really is, if you're going to work with a designer, we really need to know that and be open to the coaching that we provide, because I don't want to set you up to fail either.
Sure. All right, Amy, I'll give you 30 seconds. Go.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So we've seen since COVID a rising cost in plumbing, as well as some other, tiles and so forth. So we're working with even subcontractor, labor prices have gone up. So, it all comes down to your selections and if you want that heated floor or if you don't. If you want, the tile and, it's just working within that budget. So it's all working together to figure out what will be your dream bathroom within your budget.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You have one more thought, Armina, real quick?
Just a quick mention that you mentioned a smaller project, but sometimes you would be surprised that smaller bathrooms and the older homes could mean additional costs, because you never know what's behind those walls once you got everything out. And all the plumbing and the changes could even be a higher cost than a newer bathroom. So
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all for your insight. And look, we're going to go from the B word for budget to back to the A word, which is why we're all here and the reason you're in attendance today. Also, we have a bunch of people watching on the stream right now as well. And so I think we wanted to make sure that we hit all the points about the baseline of what it takes to begin a project, think about your project, budget for a project. But now we're talking about above and beyond, right? Bathrooms. And so now let's start to make those dreams and those wishes, right? So panelists, to all of you, we can just go through like one at a time. What does your ultimate dream bathroom look like? And obviously that's a question for all of us to answer, but we'd love to know what your thoughts are. And so Armina, it looks like we're starting with you.
yes, so this
What are we looking at there?
Yes,
Yeah.
This is one of our recent bathroom projects that I would say successful one that I like. I don't even know, it was very, it is a dream bathroom. First thing what comes to my mind when I see it, it's very layered, with a mix of clean line, but also very organic, with a walnut custom cabinetry, the stone and the porcelain. What we created here is a floating, the space around the tub and the shower. It creates this whole, like a floating space with the lights around it. So we created this ambience and a mix of different textures. The shower is a steam shower. Tub has features with a chromotherapy and heated bag. This is smart solar solution. You don't see it on the other on the wall here in the back. We had this huge built-in with the pull-out shelves, very convenient and a nice storage so you don't have much clutter. Inside of the drawers are all the plugins for the hair dryers, and so it's again very convenient, but you don't see much of the countertops. And again, lighting systems behind the mirrors, behind the stone is the little strips of lights that is a light for the task lighting, beautiful lighting for the chandeliers and also for the ambience. So we have a system of lighting for relaxation, for evening and ambience, and just the functional lighting. So I think it's a beautiful project. The client loves it, and it is a dream bathroom.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, Joanne, I think yours is next.
Well, this bathroom was based off part of a historic house in Birmingham, and then we did a huge addition to it. So it was kind of a melding of trying to tie into something of nod to the past, while coming forward modern. And I don't know if this is the only slide you have, but it also had a vanity with some beautiful glass sinks. What they wanted clean, fresh, and easily accessible. So, our lovely Ann Sachs tile on the back wall, and some other tile from Beaver all on the walls, which is porcelain, which helped offset our beautiful marble mosaic. And then you have this awesome porcelain that looks like marble all over the walls. And they travel a lot, so they really wanted something very fresh, that would always look clean, and that would be easy to clean. So the option to tile the walls really helped, because with moisture, dust, all that kind of stuff, tile is much easier to clean and maintain than standard drywall. And so that was something that was really important to our clients. Obviously, there's a lot of natural light. You can't see the window over here. And then a little touch of the luxury is your mounted heated towel rack. So especially in winter here in Michigan, who doesn't love a toasty towel when you get out of the shower? And that was the mister of this lovely couple. And he's like, I just really want warm and toasty towels when I get out of the shower.
That's nice.
So that was really kind of a touch of luxury, beautiful tile, a combination of affordable with luxury, custom cabinetry, LED lighting. All those things make it a dream bathroom.
Okay. I like warm and toasty. All right, Amy.
So this is a project that we did in Poppleton Park, and it was a 2-story actually addition. And in this bathroom, this is their primary bathroom, and we also added on a workout room off their bedroom. But they wanted this bathroom to function well for them with the chores that you see there. Their sinks are far apart. She wanted her space. He wanted his space. We have plugs in the drawers for those appliances that we all have now. So the electric toothbrush and razor and so forth. It's a Cyrus rift cut oak cabinet, custom cabinet, looks like a piece of furniture. So they really wanted it to look cozy. Right across from this is a walk-in shower. We have heated floors in the bathroom and on the bench, with all the great plumbing fixtures that they wanted, with the handheld and the rain head and the shower faucet. So they really too wanted just a really beautiful, clean space with lots of function here for a busy family.
Beautiful as well. This is nice. All right, Christopher.
This one's one of my favorite bathrooms that we just finished. So when working with this client, she had lots of dreams that she had in her head, and we were able to accomplish that. She lives on a lake in Michigan, so we know there's lots of water. And we were walking literally through Virginia Tile, and we saw this Dahlia, I think the name of it's Dahlia tile from Sonoma Tile Makers. And we just went off from there. We had so much fun when we chose that tile because it reminded us of the water. So building off that, she's like, we're gonna have fun with this bathroom. So we added heated floors, we added a steam shower. It was really important for her to have an area for her girlfriends to sit while she's getting ready. So it was a really great bathroom to really incorporate lots of different texture and pops of color. Because to me, a dream bathroom is somewhere that, you spend a lot of time in your bathroom. So to me, it was really important to make it somewhere where she walks in and it's just life. It's not just a simple plain bathroom. I want something that just really brings joy to her. So that's what we came up with.
Okay. Well, those are all gorgeous, and thank you. And I'm assuming, like here, I'm somebody who's in the market for, it's the other reason I'm here. So you're going to take me through, as all designers, just one of you maybe can answer this for all of you, assuming you're all coming from the same space, is you help me find my dream. Is that part of it? Like how do you help me find what, like the Detroit Lions are hot right now. I want to do the Detroit Lions bathroom. Would you talk me out of that?
Probably for your master, I would. If you had like a little bar, you know, and you had a little powder room down there, then we could go crazy, but,
Okay.
tell me your question again.
Oh,
I was
I'm
like-
just wondering how you help me find, like, I'm just gonna come to you and say, I want this, or if it's like,
Right.
or you know what? So what?
I think
it's
a lot,
that
I mean,
form
a
function
good
thing?
designer is gonna, a good designer is gonna be your friend, right? So they're gonna get to know you. And I say be your friend, like their whole goal, like a good friend, they care about you and they put your needs first. And that's like a dear friend. So my approach, at least with my work, is I want to be the advocate for my clients. I want to know what their personality and what they really need. So a good friend is going to lead you down a path that will get you what you need. And I think there's a difference between what you need and what you want sometimes.
Yep.
And so we got to get the needs taken care of first. And then we add the wants, like the frosting on the cake.
Okay.
Right. And so that's just really important to have that kind of relationship if you choose to work with a designer, that it's someone you click with, that like, I would go to lunch with them, you know, that, you know, you invite them to your Christmas, you know, open house or something like that, that someone that you want in your space. We're talking about bathrooms, especially masters. We are literally in your personal space.
Yeah.
And so there's a level of trust that has to come with that. And because you're a little bit vulnerable. I mean, both ways. It can be a little awkward or whatever, but someone that you click with, it won't feel that way. You'll like welcome them in, and then you'll trust them with the process, and you'll trust them with that kind of personal space. So find someone that you click with and that you trust, and that literally you could give them your keys, go up north, go to Florida, whatever, and come back, and you wouldn't have a panic attack. You would know that it was being taken care of.
All right. That's good. Sounds like
And
good
we
advice.
really want to design something that is uniquely yours.
Mm.
We can give our perspective and help you guide, but it is your bathroom. You're gonna love it.
So a giant lion's helmet. Sorry.
And a really big towel, an absorbent towel with a giant helmet.
Go ahead, Armina.
Yeah, I agree with all that. A good friend is one thing. You have to be really honest from the very beginning. First of all, to ask a lot of questions and understand your style. What is it that you want from that space, again, to serve your needs? So what is it? How this will, is it, again, it's a shower or it's a tub, or how you use it, first of all. So it's a function of it. Now, then your personal style and how does reflect what you will love this in the space.
Mhm.
And the next, obviously, is the big B word, right?
Yeah, right.
The thing is, you can have this big dream, but to have to be a right budget to fit that dream, but to have a right designer is the ability to really take your dream and your budget and find the solution that will be perfect. And many times it's challenging, and it's not perfect. Like many projects that doesn't have those giant, huge budgets, and the dreams are big. So you have to find ideas how to use the space, use its best potential, design it in a way that it will reflect your personality and within the budget that you would have.
Mhm.
All right.
I would say a lot of times people don't have a style, they don't know. And so one of my approaches is the home historic, or does it have a very strong design bent? Right? And so then do we honor that? Did they buy the house because they love this, you know, mid-century modern or really classic, you know, revival? Well, then we capitalize on that, like what you fell in love with your house for, or was it the view?
Good place to start. Yeah.
And then you tweak it, and then you go with there. But that's part of, I think, the benefit that we can bring is that a lot of people don't know. And so then it gives us the opportunity to kind of educate and inspire as we go, and they lean into us, and then it becomes this really dynamic relationship. And so I think that's something too. You don't necessarily have to, as a client, you don't have to have a great design. I mean, that's why you hire us.
Yep.
And also so you don't like make $100,000 mistake.
That sounds good. All right. So our next thing is, now we're getting into technology. Gosh, I was thrilled living in a home 10 years ago and in the master bath, I worked in news. And there was a monitor behind the mirror and you didn't know it was there unless you activated it. And then the mirror it would come through. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how awesome is this? Unfortunately, it doesn't function anymore. That's a whole nother story. Amazing what a soccer ball on the other side of that wall can do with a monitor. So what are some of the new technologies we're talking about? So I'm going to kind of go roundtable with you all. Like, Christopher, can you tell me, like, smart shower systems? Explain what that is and what's the latest?
So these are becoming more and more popular. We have seen an increase in these smart showers since after COVID. So people are really wanting that spa experience in their primary, in any other bathroom they have where they want to have that expense. So smart showers are awesome because you don't have to worry about, I mean, you don't have to worry, but you can integrate it to your phone. You can preset your shower. So instead of having your standard trim on the walls and such, a lot of these are going digital where you can control it remotely. So who wouldn't like waking up and having your shower already on? It's a great feature to add. And it's also really good with conserving water as well. The new technology is really helping to cut back on the water use. Another thing we're seeing in the smart shower is a lot of upgrades to the steam shower, as well as the chroma therapy, speakers. So your shower is kind of like your new home. I feel like people are spending a lot more time in the shower, and it's been a lot of fun learning the new technology because you can really make your shower however you want, and it's fun.
Interesting. So when I'm talking about Bluetooth for different bathroom projects, like,
yeah, with these technologies, and some of our clients are much younger, like they're like our kids, right? And so they grew up with this.
right.
I'm old enough to know there wasn't anything like this back in the day, but and so they really want, and it's just natural to have that digital interface. So there are things that are really budget friendly. Kohler is great. They make a Bluetooth speaker shower head. I think it's called the Moxie. I mean, it's like $100. And so you can retrofit your own shower, have a lovely shower experience with a Bluetooth speaker right in your shower.
Nice.
And it can be voice activated, hook up with your phone. That's your Bluetooth connection to your favorite, streaming device. Bluetooth has really taken over everything from our cars to our thermostats to everything. My only hesitation with that is that, like anything else, that you have to be able to go with the flow. So literally, if like Michigan, we have a lot of power outages.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like, there's that comfort and convenience of the tech, but then there's also the reassurance of maybe some old school, like you have to actually use your hand to turn your water on. Oh no, I have to touch the faucet, because if you lose power, and I'm up in North Oakland County, which can happen a lot. So I want to be able to turn the water on and use some things and not be so dependent, be completely hands-free, so to speak. But I did a lovely master bath for a client who is disabled. And so he's in a wheelchair. And so it was lovely. So we had Bluetooth. He could tell, he could get his shower on by voice activation. We had a awesome large keypad. It was like an iPad from Kohler also. They could set his settings. The temperatures are set. So when his aide comes in, they turn the water on, the temperature's preset, everything. There's no risk of being scalded or anything like that. So there's some really great safety features for children and anyone with a disability that needs extra help in these spaces that can be kind of challenging when you have different physical disabilities as well.
Sounds really interesting.
And I would like to add also, the new technologies are very eco-friendly. So with the Bluetooth, but you also have the voice activating faucets, energy saving and water saving toilets. So there is just a really big tech trend into this eco-friendly solutions, and they're really sleek and great to incorporate. Not to mention the toilets that are singing and lights are heated and doing everything for you. So those are great solutions to incorporate as well. And again, going to those great organization systems that we have, I hate those plugins and outlets out on my tiles. So those are pop-up little towers that are integrated into the countertops. So those are great, not the newest solutions, but still one of the things that can look great and function great.
Makes sense. So Armina, since you have the mic, can you, what about lighting and technology, like technology with lighting? Is it falls in the same?
So very similar. Yes, it's very layered and it's integrated into systems like this bathroom that I was shown here that we recently finished. We use the lighting that is task lighting, decorative lighting that is actually both task and decorative. That you have this beautiful chandelier, the pendants or sconces, and then ambience or evening light. So you just layer the lighting in the bathroom for those different functions. So when you need to perform some tasks or just shaving or makeup, that you use the overhead lighting, decorative, and then the ambience what you add to when you're taking a nice relaxing time in the tub and you have the lighting under around the stone or your mirrors, and that's the.
Got it. Are there audio
Yeah.
cues? I mean, can you say like, I want mood lighting in your bathroom?
Yes. So
Okay.
those are integrated systems. So instead of 10 switches, you have it on one plate that you would have a button for task lighting or ambience, evening
wanna
light,
read
and
or-
different,
yeah.
right? It's set up for different functions in
Okay.
the bathroom.
Okay. Gosh, and I had, what about like plumbing, like technology and plumbing? I'm sure we could talk all day about this too.
Right. So the plumbing valves, you have to have the right guts of the shower, depending on what you want and need for it. So is it a shower or shower tub combo that needs to divert the water to the tub spout? How many water locations do you want in your shower? Do you want a rain head, shower faucet, handheld, jets? All of that, the guts of it has to divert the water correctly. So your plumber needs to know those specific areas and things to use. The thermostatic valves that set the exact temperature for your coming into the shower, you can turn the water on and it's exactly how you want it to be for you. And also with the remote and the smart systems, you can have multiple. So if you like it one temperature and your spouse likes it another, that can be set just by turning on the water, that'll be set for you. And so also you have to consider where the plumbing valves are located. We usually don't do it on an outside wall. You can't do it on an outside wall because of, you could have freezing there. So you have to build out that wall that's the only spot that you can do the shower head and so forth. So a lot to consider. And it first starts with what you want to incorporate in your shower. And then we start from the beginning.
Go ahead, Armina.
So when we all talk about all those technologies and everything, it's what I'm thinking overall in your bathrooms, the master bathroom, what is really getting popular and that you need to feel pampered and you have all this sensory experience in the space. So that's where that technology is so important because you incorporate those different layers of lighting. Then and your tubs are amazing with the built-in lit walls on the inside, the chromotherapy, the aromatherapy. So it's just this relaxation, wellness, spa feel of the light, smell, oil, salts, all the feel, and that technology is really helping to achieve this amazing space that you can walk in at the end of the day, and it has not only all the technology, but it has your personality. Don't be afraid to be bold and really use something that speaks to you. But that's what we are trying to accomplish in those spaces, to just feel like you walk into this personal, beautiful luxury spot.
And the great thing is that it's become pretty affordable. Other labor costs and things have gone up. Like, you know, you can buy a like 72-inch TV at Costco for a couple $100s now. You know, it's kind of crazy, but where the technology has come down the cost. So you can have like your Disney experience in your bathroom, right? And so whether you have a very quick, fast go in the morning, make it as functional and smooth as possible, and then you unwind at night, and you give yourself that, okay, I'm dating myself again, but that Calgon take me away experience, right? So like no kids, no dogs, and like, you know, bubbles and aromatherapy and your favorite playlist going, and, you know, maybe a massaging back, you know, pillow that it can go in the bathtub, all these kind of fun things. But a lot of those things have become a lot more affordable. So even if it's a relatively humble renovation, you can add those little touches that elevate it.
Awesome. All right. So this is really fascinating. I love how, so a couple of things I want to set the table. We want to make sure we get to your questions, since we're running a little bit longer on our program, but hopefully pretty close to 11 o'clock, we'll get to that space. I love how it feels like my bathroom's getting ready for me to enter, even when I'm not in there. So I love that feeling, and the warm and toasty thing, which was my nickname in high school, which we should talk about. That's a whole session on therapy. So listen, let's talk about like some of these next level, we're calling it next level details, but really it's like the must-haves. Like, what are some of these just crazy killer features? Like, and let's talk about like things like paint. Like what bath paint colors are popular? And actually, why don't we start with that? Like, this is next level detail. Obviously, paint's important. So what's going on in the world of colors and paint?
I can start
Good
with,
question.
I will divert it a little bit before I mention paint.
Yeah.
So when I think about bathroom, to me is a stone or tile.
Okay.
That is the number one thing before going into paint. It
Okay.
has to be, it's all about this around the right stunning, beautiful tile stone. And then for the walls, depending on it's again that personality that you add. But like I said, stone on tile sets the tone for the bathroom. And we really we talked a lot about the master bathrooms, but mentioning the guest bathrooms or powder rooms, where you can really go wild with something that you would normally not do in the small other rooms in your house. You can use the guest bathroom to go with a wallpaper that it's a bit crazy and bold, and it's fun. In the master bath, again, the stone, but then nowadays it's a big trend to just give those rooms real personality. So using the wallpaper, the right wallpaper, I wouldn't recommend grass cloth or paper, but some vinyls with a beautiful mural are great. And as far as the paint, going back to your question, the ceilings, and there is a paint that it's made to be used in the bathroom. So it is a special paint. And
Is that because it's like,
It's microbial,
resistant? Yeah.
anti-mold and stuff
Okay.
like that. So it repels moisture really well.
Figured as much. Okay.
right.
No, that's good. Keep going. And we're talking about like tile and counter surfaces. Is there a trend, or what are you seeing with the latest and greatest? Or is
I would say that we're seeing a lot of our clients, they have their living family, have kids and that. We're seeing that a lot of our clients are wanting larger scale tile. That being said, there's less grout lines. Our clients do not have the time to get down there and go over the little, clean the little grout lines. So I think on the walls, on the floor, we're seeing the larger scale tile. So 12 by 24 or is it 48 by? Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of that. And then having fun with, as you saw in the bathroom earlier, we that we just finished, having fun with some accent tile on the walls. So that's where you can splurge if you if that's in your budget. And as far as countertops, I would say we're still doing a lot of quartz. Quartz is a really durable product and non-porous. You don't have to worry about staining it, but we are seeing it come back with natural stone. So clients who want more of a movement and more of a story with their countertops, that's becoming really, really popular.
Okay. Do you all have like a favorite surface for bath counters?
I would say it really depends on the style of the bathroom. What I see is I wouldn't call it a trend, but it's just a very cleaner line, modern with a very organic feel in the bathrooms, that you mix a lot of textures. But I still say that marble is still, if you are looking for that unique, beautiful piece in the bathroom and can do some beautiful marbles, I love that. I would love that. Porcelain is another other great choice. It's very easy to work. If one of the examples on my recent project, it just allows for those little thin cladding around the surfaces, so it's easier to work with in some cases, and you need to customize that. So yes, porcelain, still quartz, and natural stone.
How about
There's
you?
there's a right application, like, yeah, because it's hard to pick because there's a right application for each thing. I mean, my heart is more, I'm kind of a clay bum. I used to make pots and throw in the wheel. And so I really love natural stone. And I have a soft spot for quartzite because I love the flow, the movement that it has, and the little quartz deposit, mica deposits create little sparkle, and where it's very organic. So that's just my personal thing. If ever I can put quartzite in a bathroom, I love it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily do it in a small kid's bathroom. Who's gonna like take mom's red lipstick and write on it, or spill nail polish remover all over the countertop. But I definitely in a master for sure. And it's just one of those beautiful things because you can have a very relatively quiet space, but if you really pay attention to the countertop, it can be like a showstopper, and with the appropriate lighting, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say, Amy?
And it is a marriage. So if you do that beautiful countertop, then maybe your tile, obviously has to complement. So then your tile is quiet. So, they complement each other, the countertops and the tile. And you just have to know going in the properties of the countertops,
Right.
whether it needs to be sealed, what the marble properties are. So you're not surprised at all. So just do your research and ask your designers, this is how I like to do my bath and how I use it. What's the best material that I should use?
Okay. What do you say, Chris?
I know for that one.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, please go ahead. Leslie.
So again, it is a balance, like you said, countertops, but any surfaces when you think about, so give you an example, a very classic white and gray. And you have that bathroom and but then it's a clean slate to add color to it. If you have the bathroom that is more of a simpler and classic Carrara marble and whites and simple gray in texture, that's opportunity to look at your walls and maybe get a mural that it's up to and it's green. If you are in Michigan and we need this color and brightness in the bathroom, you can think of a creative way to fill it in with something that is a brighter in its color. Not be afraid of a color. It could be just, if you love the sunny yellow, bathrooms doesn't have to be sterile, and it doesn't have to be just this clean big tile pieces, and it can be just this beautiful focal point. So you can make this texture yellow or blue, whatever color you love, in the shower and behind the vanities. And so it's just, don't be afraid to use this big, bold pop of color, and don't keep them all clean and sterile and just get out of the box.
Is there a material then that it's, that offers more options for color versus another?
Yeah, one more time.
Like what materials offer more options for color choices?
Oh, there are a lot of, there is a lot of tile of so many different
So,
colors. One of my bathrooms here was this bright yellow. It was in Florida project that we wanted to have this really brighter and sunny with white. So it is a timeless look, but it's such a bright, beautiful, shiny tone. And the other one, it was the bathroom that has this turquoise floor, and it was just the floor that was turquoise and that amazing texture, and the rest is clean and sparkle white. But the whole floor, everything else pops, and the rest is very simple, but it makes the whole bathroom to really stand out just because that one bold color that is on the floor. So there are different ways, different approaches to.
okay. Awesome. So I know we're running a little bit long. How's everybody doing out there? You guys good to stay for a few extra minutes? Okay, good. So with that, are you good, Emily? Great. So then I'd like to just get this last question, and then we're going to get to what we call like a lightning round, and then we're going to get to a Q&A. So the last thing that, we haven't really touched on just a little bit, but like with toilets and showers and tubs, if you all could, like in maybe 30 seconds, give me like a price range and advantages of like a different toilet or a shower or a tub, just as to the best of your ability, in 30 to 60 seconds. That would be awesome.
So I'll touch on
It's
this
a lot
one.
to talk about. Yeah.
Toilets is a funny thing to me because you never really thought about how important, or picking out a toilet to me was weird when I first started, like what's a pretty one. But they can they can go in, the price range can vary. So you can pay a couple $100, all the way up to, believe it or not, like 13,000. Yeah. So I thought it was really funny in 2017, when I started MainStreet, I was like, who would ever buy a toilet for $13,000? In the past year, I would say, we're selling more of those toilets than we are regular toilets. So people are really wanting that sanitization. They're wanting the swirl technology. They're really want to enhance their toilet experience. But the cool thing about it is you don't have to spend $13,000 if you don't want to. There's less expensive ways. You can buy a regular toilet and add a bidet seat to it. This is really cost effective. You get the same experience, but not $13,000.
Yeah. I would buy a $13,000 Detroit Lions toilet.
There you go.
There's a trend.
Yeah.
There's a
And I just want to add, just make sure your designer knows the proper hookups for the toilet. So when we're working with our plumbers at Ruffin, we're really ensuring that they know that it's a smart toilet, and our electricians, because a lot of them power by electrical. Yeah, so you have to be far ahead of that selection early.
Got it. All right. Anybody have anything to add quickly on that one? No?
I would just say like, bathtubs, if you really, a lot of times, if you're looking for that spa experience, a really lovely tub can give that to you. And so I've had some people who are playing hockey and, high-end amateur and things. And so the steam shower and like a soaking tub for those, crashed, pummeled muscles. And so you can get a really great functioning, freestanding, gorgeous tub that has heat, massage, chromotherapy, things. And there's some luxury elements to that for about $5,000.
Okay.
But a nice soaking tub with a beautiful design could range anywhere from, let's say, $1,500 all the way to $15,000 if you want a hand hammered brass antique piece. But so there's a big range.
Yeah.
Yes. But a heated, the Basque backrest, heated back in that massaging bathtub is probably like what I would want that.
Yeah. Solid. Okay. All right. Each of you have been given a paddle that has a response that you get to choose. So if you want to get your paddles ready, we're going to call this a bathroom lightning round.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to throw out like a feature or a product, and we're just going to get your fast take on it. Okay. So we'll start right out of the gate, like heated floors. Like, so everybody loving this. All right. All right, one person and what, so what, come on, like, it seems obvious, but what's so great about
I
it?
moved from California and
Yeah.
I was kind of a shock when I came to Michigan. Honestly, February was really depressing. So when I redo my own bathroom, that is, I would forego other things to have a heated floor. Cause you know, when you have to get up in the middle of the night and it's cold and it's like, it's just unpleasant, icy tile.
Got
So,
it.
yeah.
Okay, here's one, large bold wallpaper in a small powder room. Crazy in love, really? Really? So here, you know, as a layperson, I think it's a small room and wallpaper, and I'm gonna get dizzy in there. So you're saying this is a good idea?
It's the opposite actually, scale when you have a small space with a large pattern.
Yeah.
You don't get dizzy. You put a small space in a little tiny pattern. You're like, you turn around, you'll get vertigo. So it's the
Okay.
exact opposite.
And it's a great spot to have personality.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wonderful to your Detroit helmet right there, right there.
Big,
Big, bold,
Lion.
go for it. Yeah.
No, he's gonna overdo with all this.
Okay,
I
don't go for it.
Don't. Toilets and bathroom and powder. room
Blue
and
Swarovski crystal.
all right,
Crystal.
okay, glass block windows. Just arbitrary, this is lightning round, gotta be ready.
Glass block.
Glass
window.
block windows.
1984.
All right, that's a big ooh across the board, so don't do it.
It's
I
been
need to
done.
go break
We're
one.
done with it.
Simple little thing, a clawfoot tub, we kind of talked about tubs for a second. I suppose it depends, which clawfoot tub, fast take. Like it, clawfoot, yeah.
That's-
Sorry, I'll try to be more clear, Armina. Shutters for the window, shutters. But is that an inside or outside thing?
So a plantation
Inside,
shutter for a bathroom, you know, those polywoods.
Yeah.
It's really nice looking and you can put a third, you know, filtered light and close the bottom if you need privacy. It's a good look.
okay,
I have dislike, I go back and forth because
okay,
like I hate, I mean, maybe someone has, you know, a living maid or something, right? But to clean them is such a pain.
Hmm.
So I'm all
No, that's
for, as mom friendly, cleaning friendly solutions. So I prefer like diffused faux linen roller shades with a really simple treatment and keeping it much light. When you have a historic home, shutters are gorgeous and beautiful, but in a lot of our houses, they can be a little bit overwhelming. And so like in the right house, yes, but most of the time, no.
got
Right,
it.
I agree. It depends on the house and
Okay.
the style of the
And
bathroom.
I'm making a mental note that you're supposed to clean them. Okay. And so, pedestal sinks. Strong hatred, strong opinion there. Like it, hate it.
It depends really. It's
Okay.
no yes or no. It really depends on the bathroom.
Okay, why do you like it?
Well, I would say that in a lot of these older homes that we work in, we're limited on the space that we have. So that's the best option that we can really utilize the space. It gives the client a place to wash their hands, guests to wash their hands. And believe it or not, there's lots of really pretty ones that have come out. So no, we don't use them all the time, but when the parameters are limiting us, it's the best option that we think is available.
Go ahead.
So again, I wouldn't, when you said pedestal, you imagine this really inexpensive, boring, traditional
Yeah, not here.
pedestal.
We're at the Michigan Design Center.
Oh, no,
No, I'm joking.
but there are options that are fabulous, just amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it depends on the space, because if you have that space, it's a powder room or a smaller bathroom, that could be the right solution. And sometimes with a pedestal sink, you in the contemporary one, that looks amazing, keeping in mind that you don't have the surface next to it on a countertop.
Yeah.
But if that's the right space and you would like to use it because it fits there, it's the perfect solution.
Okay, and Joanne, like liver at a school lunchroom, you hate it. What's the deal?
Oh, I've had a few. So from personal experience, I would much rather, if I have and I do have a small powder room at my house, which I'm hoping to renovate myself. Guess what? Your designers have hot messes too. So, I'm opting for a floating vanity and getting rid of the pedestal. So I'm gonna move the plumbing to the wall that's coming out of the floor just to free up the small powder room. I just want it to be lighter, simpler, and I'm kind of just done with pedestals, honestly. So there might be some pretty ones, but it's just me. I'm just done.
Okay, this is great. All right, one more, Emily, and then we'll get to the Q&A. So I'm good. Frameless mirrors. Frameless mirrors.
Frameless mirrors.
Yeah.
Like
Like it.
it with a
I-
caveat.
Okay.
No comment. I just-
You-
Again, I mean, it's
Just a lot of depends, doesn't
it depends. I mean, it's frameless mirror, all the design in its lid or it's floating, that's against the stone or it's part of the design and other elements,
Yeah.
it works. It
Exactly.
depends.
it? Okay. All right. And you guys seem like a fast like.
Well, it's not, no one likes just what you go to your glass guy and like a spec house and they glue it on the wall, right? So when we say frameless, we want something, maybe has a micro bevel, has LED, ambient lighting that glows from behind, or maybe it's a frameless LED electric mirror that's built in and you have a glowing on the front side that illuminates your face beautifully. So it's a much more contemporary look, but getting away from the generic kind of spec house where they just glue a mirror on the wall. None of us want that, but to say frameless uniformly is a bad thing, that's not true. It's just the application, how it's designed.
Exactly. It could be integrated into a stone behind the vanity and it will look amazing.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I feel like we could throw any question at you, and you have